be honest, I'm probably in class right now. The 2 classes I have on Mondays. Wanting to go to sleep. Or wanting to come home and edit film. But I have priorities because I am an adult. It's Monday, that means a new video. I guess it's interesting, can't talk. I guess it's interesting. A lot of people say that they really, really love the story. I guess it was kind of like torture for me, but pedaled through it. So I guess let's just get on into the story. So when I was about 12, I went to, well, actually, let's start with this. My granddad started noticing that there were some problems with my heart rate and that my heart was beating a little too fast. So him being a nuclear med tech, he had a machine that kind of like, checked everything, and we did that at home. He noticed that there was something wrong with my heartbeat. So we went to the hospital and got some scans done to try and figure out what was going on. Well, after we got the scans done, actually, the scans were pretty scary because I would have to lay on like a platform and I couldn't move, and they would move the machine back and forth and like scan my whole body for things, and it was just really, 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 really weird. But I had to do that for like 2 hours, and yeah. So once we got the results back from the scan, they referred us to a pediatric endocrinologist because my mom has this disease called hypothyroidism. She had me at a young age and wasn't on medicine for it because they did not know that she had it until after she had me. So I inherited that from my mom, and it's not contagious. It's just a disease that controls all of your thyroid hormones, because mine was producing too much. So I had hyperthyroidism, and we went to the doctor and started getting on medicine, trying to get me regulated and stuff like that. And it was okay for a little while, but rarely does it happen to where you're not going to be taking medicine for the rest of your life. So we went ahead and tried to get an ablation done, which is taking an iodine pill, and it kills off your thyroid. So it tries to get it down to an even level, and it killed too much of mine. So I became hypo, which means I didn't produce enough hormone because I didn't really have much of a thyroid left. So then I started taking Synthroid, and I will be on Synthroid and taking it every day for the rest of my life. And one time we were at the doctor, she brought up this thing called Graves' disease. Now, I'm sure the only time you've ever heard of Graves' disease, unless you're a bio major, is from Missy Elliott, because she also has it and it caused her to stop working. But Graves' disease is an autoimmune disease that you can get really, really sick really, really easily. So I also have that, and that was also a part of my thyroid condition. You see that I look like this? Yes, okay. Didn't always look like this. I had these eyes when I was born, but in the 9th grade, my eyes started to begin to like push out of my head. I know it's weird. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's what happened. My muscles behind my eyes were enlarged, and there was no more room in my cranium for that muscle, and that's what Graves' disease did. And so, to make room, the muscle started pushing my eyes forward. And keep in mind, this started in the 9th grade when I started high school, and my best friend moved to a different place and did not go to the same high school as me. I bet you can guess what happened next. I was bullied. all throughout high school. I was bullied also in middle school, just a little bit, but I was pretty cool for the most part until I got to high school, and that just messed everything up. But I learned to be confident with myself without anybody else having to help me or tell me what's going on or be around me or me having friends. I made one friend and I was in band. That was my thing. Band was my life. And that helped me stay focused, I guess. But yeah, high school was rough. My eyes started being pushed out, and I will insert a picture of that right here. So that is what my eyes looked like all throughout high school. Yeah. Do you get it now? Okay, me too. So after going through high school and learning to live with that, I still had boyfriends, I still had friends, I didn't really see much of a problem with it, but I guess the cool kids of high school did. They made fun of me all the time. They called me Frog. So in my junior year, the summertime, when we had band going on and everything, and I was just getting ready to go to practice, and I was still kind of asleep at my grandmother's house, and I woke up and kind of like messed with my eye, and it was this one, it was my left one, kind of messed with it a little bit, and boop, my eye popped out. It was the scariest thing ever, but like you would think that automatically you would panic for something like that. That didn't happen. You know how you hear those myths about, like, if you cross your eyes and then someone hits you in the back, it'll get stuck like that? Well, that's what I thought happened. And I wasn't freaking out. I got up calmly to try and go get my grandma, and then on the way there, I was like, wow, I'm gonna be so ugly. Again, guys, please don't take offense to my comments. I'm talking about me and my situation, and I'm glad that I can joke about it now, but I do believe that everyone is beautiful. And people are gonna make fun of me for the rest of my life. So that's when I started to panic, and I started screaming, and my grandma came out of the room, and I had my eye covered like this. I was just rambling on like, oh my gosh, help me, and she was like, I have no idea what's going on, and I was like, oh duh, I'm an idiot, I'm covering it, uncovered it, and then she was like, oh, cover it, because she was kind of panicking too, because it was probably the scariest thing ever. She was like, just blink. So what happened was my eyelid was clamped on my orbital cord back here and still hanging onto the very back of my eyeball, so it was out of the socket. And if you've ever seen The Hunger Games, sorry, spoiler alert, but it's 2016. If you have not seen it, don't keep watching. It's the first one, okay? 1, 2, 3, Rue dies. Okay, so when Rue dies, if you've seen it, you know that, like, she goes in and out and stuff like that. That's what it felt like. I was blinking, and I blinked for like 2 minutes. I was blind for like 2 minutes, and I kept blinking, and then my vision started to go in and out. And then eventually it came back. My eyes were watering, and she just gave me like the biggest hug ever. It was like a 4-minute long hug. And she called my mom. And my mom left work and came to my grandma's house and was like, okay, we gotta go to the ER. So we're on the way to the ER, and they're asking me a bunch of questions. They have no idea what's going on. They're just like, oh, we don't know what to do. So we're just to a doctor in our area who's like the best with eye surgeries. And he finally saw us and told us that there was nothing that I could do about it, that it was gonna happen again, and that when it did, all I had to do was push it back in. Yeah. That's what he said. And I was like, isn't that gonna hurt? And he said, yeah, but do you want to be blind? Obviously not. So we left there, and my endocrinologist referred us to a bunch of different surgeons all across the country who did orbital decompression surgery. Orbital decompression surgery is when they break the orbital sockets to make room to set your eyes back into your head. Scariest thing ever. After a year of deciding who we wanted to go to. My eyes were still like this. In the arms of the angel. We finally picked a surgeon in Houston. I live in Florida. So we had to take like 2 months out of the summer. Keep in mind, I'm in band. That's my life. Just saying. So we went to, well, before we left, it was the last day of school, and I had applied for a position called band captain, and I got it. And that meant that I needed to be there for band camp. And I put on my application everything that I was going to have surgery, and my director understood, and I was still crying, like, okay, I can stay. And he was like, go get better. We'll see you when you get back. So we left, went to Houston, stayed with my grandma's friend, and we went to have my surgeries done. It took a week per surgery. But one of the surgeries fell on 4th of July, and my surgeon only did surgeries on Fridays. So I was stuck there again. And I had my second surgery on my 17th birthday. I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was so upset because I couldn't be, my mom couldn't come because I have 2 little sisters, and they needed to be taken care of. So I was there with my grandparents, which is fine. But I had friends, I had a boyfriend, I had band, and I was missing all of it, plus my birthday. So I thought it was the end of the world. And I finished healing from surgery, and this is what I looked like. And when I came back, my best friend threw me a huge, surprise birthday party. And it was the best thing ever. And her and my boyfriend paid for it, together. And it was just great. And I'll insert a clip of what it was like here. And then the next day, my boyfriend dumped me. Birthday! Yay! He said he didn't like the way that I looked. Now keep in mind, here is the comparison of the two. Anyways, speaks for itself. His loss. So, yeah. I came back to school and to band, and everyone was just like, oh my gosh, who is that? Didn't know who I was. And it was just a really big change for me, because it's not like I didn't look like this before, but it's not something I would recognize because it was so long ago. And my confidence level didn't change throughout the entire thing because I had been bullied so much before that I learned to love myself way before I even got to looking normal again. So now I am in college, and it's been 2 years since my surgery, and I feel great. I have an awesome boyfriend right now. We've been together for almost 8 months, and an awesome group of friends. I have Destiny, which you guys will probably see quite often here, and then I have Lauren in Alabama, where she goes to school, and Gideon in Orlando, where she goes to school. And I also have Angel, who is back at home, going to school at home. And those are my set of friends, and they're really, really great, and they've been with me through the entire thing, and I just couldn't ask for better. Yeah, that is the story of when my eye fell out, and I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, you should subscribe, because I post new videos every Monday, and they're really freaking awesome. And you should leave comments on, how you like this video, and if you have, questions and stuff, or, video ideas you want me to do, and, like it, because that would make me super happy. And if you liked Storytime, let me know if you want to see more Storytimes, because I will definitely do that for you guys, and I hope you guys are drinking your coffee, and just being happy because it is Monday and I understand how that is, but I hope my video made your Monday brighter. You guys, and I will see you next week. Bye!